So, a while back, my neighbor's dog just bolted. No warning, no hesitation. One second he's in the yard, next second he's halfway down the street chasing something invisible. And the worst part? They had a fence system. It just didn't work the way they expected. That's the problem, right? Choosing the wrong electric dog fence can give you this false sense of security. So in this video, I'm breaking down the best electric dog fences from 6 to 1, what actually works, what doesn't, and which one I trust if it were my dog. 6. SpotOn GPS Dog Fence. All right, the SpotOn sounds amazing on paper. I mean, no wires, no base station, just GPS creating a virtual boundary anywhere you want. You can literally set up a fence in minutes using your phone, which is honestly impressive. When I tested it, the setup process felt kind of futuristic. You walk the perimeter with your phone, map it out, and boom, your dog has a boundary. It's great for people with large properties or if you travel a lot. Like if you're taking your dog to a cabin or open land, this thing gives you flexibility that traditional systems just can't. But GPS isn't always perfect. I noticed that in areas with trees or slight obstructions, the boundary could shift a bit. Not wildly off, but enough to make you go, can I fully trust this? And when you're dealing with your dog's safety, that doubt matters. Battery life is another thing. You'll need to stay on top of charging. It's not terrible, but it's also not something you can ignore for days. If you forget, well, the system won't exactly remind you in a forgiving way. So yeah, it's powerful, super flexible, but also a bit demanding. It's not the set it and forget it solution some people expect. 5. PetSafe Stay and Play Wireless Fence. Now this one, a lot of people start here. PetSafe is kind of the default brand in this space, and the Stay and Play wireless fence is probably one of their most popular models. The biggest advantage is simplicity. You plug in the transmitter, set the range, and that's it. No digging wires, no complicated setup. It creates a circular boundary around your home, which works great for standard yards. When I tested it, I appreciated how quickly everything came together. Within an hour, you can have a working system. The collar is lightweight, waterproof, and the correction levels are adjustable, so you can tailor it depending on your dog's temperament. But, and this is important, the circular boundary is limiting. You can't shape it around your property. So if your yard is oddly shaped, or you want to block off specific areas like a garden or driveway, you're kind of stuck. Also, I noticed occasional inconsistencies near edges. Not constant, but enough that I wouldn't rely on it for very large or complex spaces. It's more of a good enough solution than a precision tool. So yeah, it's beginner-friendly and affordable, but not the most flexible or accurate option out there. 4. Halo Collar 5. Now we're stepping into more premium territory. The Halo Collar 5 is, honestly, it feels like a smart device more than just a fence. This thing combines GPS tracking, wireless fencing, and training features all in one. And you can control everything through an app. You can create fences, monitor your dog's location in real time, and even use built-in training programs. When I used it, the app experience stood out immediately. It's polished, intuitive, and actually helpful. You're not just setting boundaries, you're actively training your dog with guidance. That's a big plus if you're not experienced with fence systems. The accuracy is better than basic GPS systems, and I felt more confident using it in open areas. Plus, the real-time tracking adds an extra layer of security. If your dog somehow gets out, you're not guessing, you know exactly where they are. Now, it's not perfect. The subscription requirement can be a turnoff. You're not just paying up front, you're committing long-term. And yeah, that adds up. Still, if you want something advanced, connected, and packed with features, this one definitely starts to feel like a serious upgrade. Number 3. Mimofpet Wireless Dog Fence. Okay, this one surprised me a bit. The Mimofpet wireless dog fence is more of a hybrid system. It combines wireless boundary control with remote training features, which gives you more hands-on control. When I tested it, the signal stability was actually solid. You can adjust the range easily, and it maintains a consistent boundary without too much drift. That alone makes it more reliable than some cheaper wireless systems. One thing I really liked is the training remote. You can manually correct behavior if needed, which is useful during the learning phase. It's not just passive containment, you're actively shaping how your dog responds. The collar itself feels durable, and the battery life is pretty decent. I didn't feel like I had to constantly recharge it, which is always a plus. Now, it's not as smart as something like Halo. You don't get advanced GPS tracking or app-based controls. But honestly, not everyone needs that. Sometimes simpler, more direct systems actually perform better in day-to-day use. This one hits a nice balance between control, reliability, and price. Gladsmile. Now this is where things get really interesting. The Gladsmile GPS wireless dog fence takes the GPS concept and refines it. Setup is straightforward, and you can create a customizable boundary without needing a base station. When I used it, the first thing I noticed was improved accuracy compared to lower-end GPS systems. The boundary felt more stable, and I wasn't constantly second-guessing whether it would hold. It also gives you multiple correction modes, which is important. Not every dog responds the same way, so having options like sound, vibration, and static lets you tailor the experience. Battery performance here is better than I expected. It holds up well over time, and the recharge cycle doesn't feel like a chore. And here's what matters. It feels reliable. You know that feeling when you're watching your dog near the boundary and you're slightly nervous? With this one, that feeling fades pretty quickly. It's not overloaded with features, but it nails the core job, keeping your dog safely contained with consistency. Pawton 4-in-1 Wireless Dog Fence. All right, this is the one I kept coming back to. The Pawton 4-in-1 Wireless Dog Fence doesn't just do one thing. It combines multiple functions into a single system. You've got wireless fencing, GPS tracking, training modes, and real-time monitoring all working together. When I tested it, it felt like everything just clicked. Setup was smooth, the interface was easy to understand, and the system responded quickly. No weird delays, no confusing steps, just straightforward control. The boundary accuracy is strong, and more importantly, consistent. That's the word I keep coming back to, because at the end of the day, consistency is what builds trust in a system like this. The training features are also a big win. You can fine-tune how your dog learns the boundary, and over time, they start to respect it without needing constant correction. Battery life holds up well, and the collar feels comfortable enough for daily wear. It doesn't feel bulky or intrusive, which matters more than people think. And yeah, it kind of brings everything together. You get the flexibility of GPS, the control of a training system, and the reliability you actually need. Bottom line, if you want something that covers all bases without overcomplicating things, this is the one that stood out the most. Outro. That's all for today, folks.